Okay, I'm going to start this episode with a hot beauty tip. So I am wearing Selena Gomez's Rare Beauty, her liquid blush, and the blush is blushing today. Like I am super rosy, but in a good way. Like I feel like in like a nice rosy Sabrina Carpenter way. But I do need to give you the little piece of advice, which is a little goes a long way. So I really overdid it. I put like 6 to 7 dabs on my cheeks. And I had to really get that out because I didn't expect the color to be as like bright and pigmented. But I'm in love with it.
I think it looks really good, actually. I don't think it looks like too much at all. Actually, I think you could go for a little more.
Really? I can like push the blush boundaries.
But I really like a lot of blush. I like the boundary to be pushed. And I think here at the Blonde Highs podcast, we really should do our viewers a favor and just really go the extra mile.
Yeah. But that's my beauty hot take. I'm so excited about it. And I'm actually so excited because last night I got to see Kyle do stand up and it was so much fun. First of all, I need to say, and I even told her this afterwards, she really honestly took me by surprise because I've never seen this real comedic version of her before. Like I'm used to Kyle and I just like in her room, dying laughing, tears, everything because we're laughing so hard. But when I saw this girl get on stage, the whole room lit up. Like her energy on stage was giving something extra. And I was so proud. I felt like a fangirl. I literally had to look away from her because the things that she was saying, she was laughing so hard. And I didn't want people to think I was like just laughing for her. So I was like literally putting my head down. And then at one moment she made eye contact with me and then we were just dying. It was so much fun. But I have to say, as somebody who's not a comedian, like, I mean, I'm funny. Like, I think I'm funny, but I'm not a comedian. Walking into a place like that is really awkward because it's like, you know, everybody around you is super funny. And then it's like, they ask me a question in the crowd. And then it's like the pressure, like, am I supposed to be funny? You know what I mean?
Yeah. Yeah. And here's the thing is that like, that's not a place that I normally go to, but I do go to sometimes. And I was hoping there's a mic that's just like a very like female led mic and it's actually all women. And it's just a very supportive, fun environment. And like, I was really hoping to take you there, but that didn't work out. So I was like, well, listen, there's this place and it's good. It's good. And I like it because sometimes like just being like a trans woman, I want to be pushed outside of my comfort zone. And I want to be able to like make the guys laugh too, because in order to make it, you just have to like, you can't only cater to one small crowd. So I really pushed myself there, but I took Kris to that place and it's great, but it was just, you know, it's like a dorm room. It's like a dormitory a little bit. It's like the same few guys and they've been going on the mics the same thing. And I took her into the lines then for sure because they were like fresh meat. They're like, she's not a comedian. She's not dead inside enough. And they kept picking on her on stage.
Yes. And like everyone was literally staring into my soul on stage. Like, I feel like they were trying to gauge my reaction. And look, a lot of people were funny. Even some of the ones that weren't, but I always just, you know, try to give a little giggle. But the host asked me what I would rate the night out of 10. And the pressure was on because like I turned to look at Kyle, but in the corner of my eye and around, everyone was staring at me. And they were all talking about how it was like a sinking ship. So I was just like, yeah, I'd give it like a 6 or 7. And they were like, that's a lie. So it was like so much pressure. But I will say what I did learn is that confidence is a huge thing because some of the guys that weren't necessarily funny, they had this really good stage presence. And I was like, they could, you know, they can really just like get there and they lit up the room a bit more with their confidence. But
yeah, that really is a big part of it for sure. And it's because sometimes some people are just like so funny without any sort of like writing or anything like that. But then sometimes they'll do a lot of writing and it's not as funny. And that's kind of what was happening to me is because I feel like I've been struggling a little bit lately with stand-up comedy and my confidence because I love to be a writer. Like I've written, like I've been working on writing books and all that kind of stuff. Like I love writing, but I think that I write too much with comedy and I was really like, just to get back to my roots, like get back to when I was feeling really confident with what I was doing. And I was basically just telling stories. We were driving to the comedy place and I was like, do you want to know something really delusional? And she's like, what? And I'm like, I have not even thought about what I'm going to talk about. I am just going to tell a story about the subject and just, it's going to be down for a wild ride right now. And the way that I just felt so much more comfortable just with that, I wasn't worrying about remembering lines. I wasn't worrying about like hitting punchlines or doing whatever. I was like, just get up there, be yourself, just be the weird, funny Kyle that like people laugh. And I was like literally just treating it like I was at the salon working on a client, telling them some wild story. And I felt like I had a little bit of the magic that I felt like I had lost back. And so I was glad that you were there to witness me, my resurgence, rise of the phoenix, one could call it, I guess.
Yes, maybe it's the black eyeliner. Like, I don't know.
It is the black eyeliner.
But like, again, on the way there, when she was telling me this, I had secondhand worry. Like, I had secondhand panic. I'm like, this bitch is getting up there and she hasn't like prepared anything. And like, cause I know I would black out. Like, we all know I have my nervous tick where like I cough excessively before we even start this podcast. Like, it's really embarrassing, especially in front of the guests. I would just get up there and literally start choking. I would just be coughing the whole time. But she killed it. It was so much fun.
It was fun. And now I'm like more excited about it. And it's going to be like a good situation. She's on her way now. I feel like that's all I gotta do. And I have like a big Chester drawer filled with just wild, crazy stories. It's crazy things I've done. It just, craziness follows me. So it's going to be like, I think that we're on a good progress right now towards comedy.
I'm excited. Just like I'm also excited for Kyle's dating adventures. So we all know she's back on the apps right now and she's having a good time.
Yeah. I don't know about a good time, but she's back on the apps.
I was waiting for you to say something. I was testing that. I was like looking like having a good time. Okay, so tell us.
Okay, well, let's just preference this. I haven't dated in 7 years. Okay. Or maybe longer. I can't remember. It's been a long time. But I did go on one date a few years ago. And and two of my friends like snuck down the road and parked off the side of the road off a catty corner to like the restaurant. And they were just like hanging out outside, like smoking weed and like watching me on the date, and I could see them.
Oh my God, I'm so jealous.
Out of the corner of my eye, I could see them, and I was just like...
Well, we were talking about this. I was like, I would love to see you on a date. Like, you're just so cute.
No.
Stop.
It's so awkward. It's so awkward. And just like online dating in general is awkward because like you're just talking to somebody and it's like, hi, you know what I mean? Like they're not a real person and they're just like a cyber whatever person. And I don't know. And it's like weird. I'm like, what did we talk about? I'm like, hi. And of course, you know me, I'm going to say something morbid. I'm going to say something weird. Like, it's just like I just feel like you have to be in my presence to understand the chaos that's happening. And I don't know how you like package this into like a biography and a short little dating profile.
Yeah, that's tricky. I mean, can I tell them about how we were like, is this guy AI? Because it was like he was trying to sell you on crypto.
There was a lot of things that didn't quite make sense. And also it seemed like he was like a get up at 5 in the morning, 6 in the morning, go to sleep at 9. And that's just like, that's 9 o'clock's when I wake up for the day. Like I can't, I mean, I'm not really wake up for the day, but like mentally wake up for the day.
Yes.
That's when she comes alive. So I'm like, that's when he goes to sleep. And then he was just like, I don't know, always talking about like trading crypto and stuff. And I'm like, okay, this is weird, but his responses, and mind you, like English was not his native language, but like he was from Europe. So like most Europeans that know English probably know English better than I do.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like,
yeah, it's like, what is happening right now?
Yeah. Yeah. Like even like for someone who moved here when they were a child, like, you know, even my roommate, English isn't his native language and he moved here as a child and he can far surpass me in English, run circles around me. Actually, like that's part of his job. Like, so I'm like, this isn't quite like adding all up because the responses were a little weird and a little like maybe this is AI.
Yes.
And
it was giving AI. It was giving, I don't know, like even the questions that were being asked, I thought were a little bit like AI, you know?
Yes.
I don't know.
He asked about my investment portfolios and like do I invest money and stuff? And I'm like,
I'm investing in myself right now. Like, you know, why do you need to know my investments before you even meet me? Like,
I know.
Invest some time into me and maybe you'll know. Like,
exactly.
I can't. No.
He tried to win me over because he said he owned like 4 houses or something like that. And I was like, I don't know if I believe all of this. And even she's dated plenty of men with money. That's not what I'm going for anymore.
I feel like online is so hard. Like I've never really fully dated in sense of like the Tinder world. Like I've been on like a couple Tinder dates or whatever. But I did have which this is a whole story for another time, but I was in a long distance relationship and I probably spent like 9 months of speaking online, having FaceTime, doing just like an online connection. And I mean, I'm lucky because I really got to like know that person and like, you know, because we're not physically together, there's a lot that you can like talk about and whatever you can only talk. But then once you meet in person, I'm lucky that like things lined up, but then later on the things weren't lining up. Yeah. You know what I mean? Like it's like it goes from like this fantasy of what life would look like together. And then all of a sudden, like when we're living together and the pressures of like a relationship visa together, it's like the things just started not adding up. Yeah. So there's definitely, I feel like with online dating, like not just through the apps, but just in general, I feel like there's like almost like this fantasy that comes along with it.
Yeah, and maybe people are making their profiles to be more of their aspirational personality, yes, not their actual real personality.
Yes.
And I always find that too, because sometimes you'll match with someone so well online and then you meet them and it's awkward as hell. But then other times, I guess you could like someone could be really awkward, you give them the benefit of the doubt, you meet up and it's like, boom, such a great, they're so like chill and cool and whatever. And you're like, I didn't see that coming. But I think it's just, I also want to say too, like dating, I have a few things going, you know, like dating as a trans person can be very difficult because you could either be like fantasized or you can be someone's dirty little secret.
Yeah.
You can, you know, maybe people just want to sleep with you, but not want to date you. And that the same thing goes for being like plus size or larger too. And I think that there's a big crossover there between dating as a trans person and dating as a larger person, is that sometimes people are really into you, but maybe they're scared of what their friends are going to think. So you're going to be their secret, or they just want to sleep with you or just whatever. And it turns into that kind of thing. And also I get this weird thing with like guys being like, oh, well, you wouldn't have to work, or like you're going to be kind of thinking, but that's fine. Mm-hmm. But also it comes down to, it seems like there's a little bit of a control issue going on. Yeah. Like you think maybe that I'm a vulnerable personality because of these things, that you can kind of like trap me in the house, you know? Yeah. Like not let me out. Like, I don't know.
Yeah.
Like I've run into the weird stuff like that before, but also dating as a person who struggles with chronic health is a big thing for me. And that's where I really don't know how to navigate the dating. Is like, how do I bring this up? How do I say that like sometimes I'm great, but then other times I can hardly get out of bed. You know what I mean? Or I have certain limitations to what I can do or not do, or just the fact that like I'm like always sore and always in pain, or it's just like a never ending like roller coaster ride of ups and downs and all around. And I just don't know how to like tell that to someone, because if I'm dating someone like my age, they're 35, they can still keep up and do whatever, and I'm just a little slower. So that's really like a challenge and something that I have a lot of anxiety about when it comes to dating, is like how is that going to work out with the chronic health issues? Do you know what I mean? Yeah. Because somebody is either going to like not take it as serious, or they're just going to be really like deterred by that.
or even like full in a relationship.
And then it is really hard because, you know, being like fetishized for being trans or larger weight wise and stuff like that. And they see you as such a sexual object, but then you're like, ow, ow, ow.
Like,
hold on, cramp, I'm cramping, I'm cramping. Do you know what I mean? Like, and you know, like, there's a lot of physical activities happening, you know, and it's just like, ow.
You're like, basically, there's no hope for me. Like, you know, kidding.
You know, but then I'm also like, geez, I need someone with some good insurance. Like, I'm like, can we speed up to marriage? What's the insurance plan like?
Like, we gotta nurture this health process. No, that's tricky. And I mean, like, I know just from experience from dating, like, someone that suffered with a lot of mental health issues. I know that that was something that that person had struggled with. And that was something that, like, on my end, I really had to accept and take on. And I mean, I fell in love with that person and I didn't care, but it is something that later on can affect your relationship. But I feel like being upfront and like open, like all cards on the table, because I also feel like some people who maybe have like a health issue or a mental health issue or something, they don't talk about it in the beginning. And then they match with the partner and not really say anything. And then it like, that's a whole other mess. But I think it's good that at least you're like, this is what's going on. This is what's happening. And the right person will be like, okay, that's cool. You know, like they have their own thing but it's definitely a challenge.
Yeah. And it's something that I literally just thought of this point, and I really think of this a lot. And this is like very like a therapy kind of breakthrough moment. And that is, you know, my dad had like brain surgery when I was like 10 years old. And so a lot of my childhood, he was very ill or in and out of hospitals and whatever. And like, I saw how it is for everybody around that person in a health situation, you know, especially my mom, but not only me as a child being in that kind of connection to someone like that. So now I'm like, oh, wow, maybe that is part of the reason
why you're like,
oh my God,
we're having
therapy
a mental breakthrough right now. This is happening. Oh my God.
We got to get Carol on.
Yeah, where's Carol? Carol, can we like bring her in somehow? Can we Zoom her in?
Carol's my therapist.
But that's the thing though, is that I really do think like, I think it's one thing. And like, you know, I've had to go through some mental health things with, you know, going into my relationship with Michael. I was the one with the mental health challenges. And I'm so lucky that he just took it on and embraced it, because there were so many things, again, another story, another episode, but so many things that went in after we got engaged, and it broke me mentally. I felt like I'm such a burden on this man right now. Like, this is what's happening, but he just accepted it. And I think that, like, you know, when people love you enough, it's not a burden. It's just like a part of both of your everyday life.
Yeah, exactly.
This is me like building up Kyle right now, because I'm like, you got it, girl. Like, it's fine. There is hope.
She's like, you get out there and get that health insurance.
Yes, you get that fucking insurance.
For the Canadians.
Oh my God. Yeah. Oh my God. Can I sponsor you? Like, can this be a thing?
What, are we getting married? What do you mean?
I guess I got a divorce.
Like,
wait,
for Canada?
Yeah.
Well, we may have to do that one day.
The rings are coming off. Sorry, Michael. Oh my God. I have been thinking lately how frustrating it is when bodies are on trend. The sizing. I'm going to have a real open moment here of like pure frustration in my industry. So as a plus size model, right, I have ranged in different sizes. And when I first started modeling, it was embedded into my mind. I had to be a size 14. Whatever those measurements are, I don't really know, but it was like a size 14.
Yeah.
And I did a lot to get to that size. And because I was under the pressure, like, this is the only way that I'm going to work. And I got to that size very unnaturally. And I lived in that size for a long time, and I couldn't maintain it because it is really hard for my body to naturally stay that size.
Yeah.
Right? So anyways, I became a size 16, sort of like where I am now.
Yeah.
And working a lot. Everything's great, whatever. I'm now learning from my agency right now And it was handed to me in a very nice way. There was no pressures or nothing, like, stay the same, we love you. But now the industry has been requesting only size 10, 12s right now.
Yeah.
So we have taken a step back from, you know, 2016, 2017, when you could be a size 16 and everybody was, you know, going on the trend of embracing bigger bodies and going all this way and body inclusion and all of this. And then the pandemic happened, and I feel like we have taken an even bigger size back, because now it's not even a size 14, it's a 10, 12.
Well, yeah. And then we saw it in some of the fashion. There was like the heroin chic look coming back in a little bit. And which, you know what that means, or the low-rise jeans, or all that kind of stuff.
Yes.
And like everyone knows what that means.
It's the thin is in culture. And look, I'm not shaming on the thin girls. I am not. I think that all sizes, though, need to be included in fashion.
Yeah.
And I think that all brands should be working with the bigger bodies. Like, after the pandemic, I was probably a size 22, and it was really hard for me to start modeling in this new body, because I've never been that size before. So I really had to learn things. And I feel like it was really frustrating then when I came back to LA, and I'm now back to being a size 16, which is something that I have done, you know, like over the past couple of months. I've worked towards whatever. And I was really excited and feeling great about where I am in my body. And then just having the conversation of that, I think that was really fucking rough. Like, why is now all of a sudden a certain size on trend, in demand?
Yeah. And well, that's the thing, is that bodies should not be a trend at all, like sizes wise. And it is the thing, is that there's always a market. There's always a place for standard size modeling, you know, smaller sizes, you know, but everyone needs to be seen. And I think that, what is it, in the United States, the average size is size 18.
Yeah.
I think. So like, wouldn't you want someone that's a size 16, 18, 20, like, to be modeling? And not only that, the way that clothes are made and to fit for the standard sizing is not an identical. There has to be altered and changed a little bit to fit some of the larger sizes. And so you do want to model to see both ways. You know what I mean? Like we were looking on a site last night about some clothing,
yes,
and they had all different sizes, but you could only see someone like a standard size model wearing the clothes. I want to see a larger size model wearing the clothes, because I want to see how it fits and how it's cut and how it's done. Because if you don't have no clue how they interpreted that initial design into the plus size range. So you want to see how it fits the body.
Exactly. Like, I feel like there's this one site that I go on, and it gives you a size range of like 4 different sizes. And it can be like, shop in this size or shop by this size model. And you go, and I can click size 16, and everything that I want to see is on that body. And I think that makes sense, because you're right. From a consumer's perspective, you want to see everything on how it's going to look. Or it's like, okay, if I'm shopping for somebody else, how is this? You know what I mean? Like,
yeah, exactly.
I just think it's really sad. And I think that I'm not mad that they're using the size 10, 12. I'm really upset that I'm feeling so good in my body. I'm feeling at like such like a good place. Like, I've been through a lot with my body over the past few years. And now it's like, again, it's my body that's holding me back from working right now as much as I can be. And I think that really took me back yesterday when I found out, because I was just like, I'm feeling so good and I'm so confident. And again, my body isn't good enough for the industry right now. And that is like something that I really, really have to push out of, like, that mindset, because I'm like, I can't allow this to make my self-worth diminish. You know what I mean?
No, yeah.
And I've had to learn that in the industries, that I can't allow my worth just to come from like my success and what I've done and whatever. But it is just really frustrating, especially when you're feeling good about yourself. And then it's like, look, this is what's going on. It's in like a wave.
Yeah. And I know for me, even in my industry, I'm a hairstylist. What does it matter what I look like, as long as I do a good job? But that's just not how it is. And especially for the market that I'm in, which is this like West Hollywood, Beverly Hills, celebrities that whole world. And I'm very lucky. There's a lot of people who could care less what I look like or my body or whatever like that. But when I started to get, because I used to be quite small, I was very thin for a long time, and I was praised on that constantly. And I was really struggling with eating disorders to keep up with my job of being a hairstylist. And a lot of like salon owners would tell me, if you just lose a few more pounds, you're going to get so many clients. You're going to get so booked. And then sometimes it felt like I would, do the stuff that I did to lose weight, and I would lose a few more pounds, be sick as hell, and I would be praised for that. And the problem is that sometimes it worked. Sometimes it did. And then when I started to gain weight, I lost a lot of clients, and it was just like the weirdest thing to me. And I was just like, that's just sick. And a lot of people are like, no, that's not why. And there's maybe other reasons, but that's kind of what it seemed like. And I was like, that is so messed up that in the beauty industry, even though I'm beautifying other people, like, do you know what I mean? Like that it's like that. And I've never really got that. And there was also like jobs that I was getting at doing hair because the person who ran the whatever wanted to sleep with me. And then when I started gaining weight, they're like, well, I don't want to like sleep with you anymore.
Oh my God.
Do you know what I mean? Or like after I just...
you're like, that's not even working for me now. Damn.
Jeez.
Yeah.
And I was like, oh, great. That all of that I thought I was getting because I thought it was my sheer talent. And it was because you wanted to sleep with me, but now I put on a little bit of weight and now you don't. So now I don't have this job or whatever. And I shouldn't really go into too much detail about that because that is illegal. Yes.
Oh my God.
The blonde highlights can't afford a lawsuit.
Who needs an education, kids?
But no, I just feel like I was like, why is that? And it's sometimes like I'll see like certain people in the salon just like look me up and down like, no.
Why are we so judgy? Like, I don't get it. Like the amount of praise that was put on me when I became a size 14 after, okay, like everyone, oh my God, you look so amazing. Oh my God, you've lost so much weight. You look so much better than before. It's like, thanks for telling me you thought I looked like shit before. You know what I mean? It's just like, did you really have to say that? But little do they know that in order for me to get to that size 14, I went on the Arbonne diet. You know what the hell that is?
Yeah.
It is, for our listeners who don't, it is a protein shake, which don't get me wrong, I love a protein shake, but this is like a meal replacement that tastes like blended dog shit. Actually, so hard to drink. I had to drink one of those in the morning. I would eat a full cucumber as is for lunch, maybe a can of tuna. Later on in the afternoon, another shake, and then a piece of chicken.
God, I remember that. I did some crazy ones. Do you remember the one that was like you had to take like the drop of that like liquid underneath your tongue?
Yes.
And then you could only eat 500 calories for the day?
Oh my God. Like, what the fuck? Like, so miserable.
Yeah.
Like, I can't, but it's like I'm getting all this praise and it's like I'm dying inside. Like, the soul is literally dying inside. Like, great, I'm fitting these clothes, but like, I'm literally drinking blended dog shit. Like, it's so gross.
Yeah.
That's actually how I started drinking black coffee, because I wasn't allowed to drink coffee with milk in it. And the first day I did it, I was like, I guess I have to give up coffee. And then I was like, no, fuck this. I can't. And ever since then, I've just drank black coffee.
Same story. That's exactly how I got there too.
Oh my God, stop.
It's the same thing.
Diets made us do it.
Well, you know the worst one? Okay, this is like, and to the person this is about, like, it's no offense. It's fine. There was someone in my life that had my old fat photo from high school as their screensaver. When I would call, it would come up on their phone. And they would answer and like be laughing. And how awkward is it that now I'm back at the same size as them?
Oh my God. Well, that's it. Because when you gain weight back from after losing weight,
you know how everyone talked about you before.
Yes. It's like, okay, wait, so now you all think I'm fucking ugly again? Like I'm not cute anymore? Because now I'm even bigger than the way I started.
Oh my God.
And then it's like, no, you look great. And like, you're lying to me right now. I literally know this.
Yeah. I will say at the salon I'm at now, like everyone is so like, they're so like sweet about it. You know, like the owner of my salon every day, he's like, you look so beautiful, Kyle, all this stuff. And I'm like, first of all, you're lying because I woke up 10 minutes before, so I had to leave for work.
Which I've seen since I've been here. No, I just think it's ridiculous. Like the things that we go through. Another diet, just while we're on it. Did you ever do the cabbage soup diet?
No, but definitely read a lot about it.
Okay. The diet goes, you eat cabbage soup and like maybe another vegetable throughout the day. Like all you're eating is cabbage soup. And I remember, I'm going to tell you all right now, and this is like maybe TMI, but like I literally almost shit my pants. I shit my pants when I was on the cabbage soup diet because it is just flushing you out the whole entire time.
Yeah.
And you can't eat anything else. I almost fainted. It was ridiculous. We're against the diet culture. We don't diet anymore.
Yeah, I've done so many that it's just like, I don't even want to give out ideas.
No.
Because
the point is that we all just need to start taking a step forward into the body inclusivity.
Yeah.
It needs to go back.
Yeah. And then it's just like, it doesn't have to be some other thing. You know what I mean? Like everyone tries to eat and live as healthy as they can. And just like people are in all different body sizes. And I think that really should be supported, especially just in fashion. It just makes more sense. Mm-hmm. It just makes more sense to see how clothes fit different sizes so that you know, especially because you can't buy plus size clothes at the resale stores half the time. Like,
oh my God.
Like here in LA, I can't roll into a mall and be like, you guys got my size? Because no, they're not going to have it. So I have to order online. So I need to see what it looks like on a plus size body, just so I know that it's cut right.
And then you have to pay for the return if it doesn't fit for most places.
Yeah.
Which that's another thing. They don't carry a lot of the plus sizes in store.
Now, when I go home to like small town Ohio, I can shop. I can shop.
Yeah, the girl's driving.
When I go meet my family in Myrtle Beach, I can shop. Even in the outlets.
Oh my God. Yeah. We got you back. Come home, girl. We got your back. No, I'm just excited that learning this news, I am in a better place with my relationship with my body and myself because I don't know what I would have to do. If this was me like 10 years ago and they were like, it's a 10-12 that is working right now, I'd be like, okay, let me research the next diet. What am I doing? Like, I'm just so happy and I'm really happy that my agency was like, look, like, don't change a damn thing. We love you as you are. It's going to come in a wave. So again, it's coming in trends. And I just think, whatever, we need to do better.
And like you, like getting to a size 16 is my goal right now. You know what I mean? I was really happy with myself there. And I still have a closet full of clothes that are size 16. I would love to get back there, but...
And you're going to.
Would you want to go into your highlights, our lowlights? What's going on with you?
Okay, so my highlight right now, as I mentioned her earlier, is just Sabrina Carpenter. I love her so much. I'm like, I don't know if I have a girl crush. I don't know what it is. I love her stage presence. I love her creativity. Now she's doing, like we all know, she used to do her outro for Nonsense. Every night was different when she'd perform. But now for Juno, she gets into like a different sex position, which I'm like, I only know a couple positions. You know what I mean? Like, so I'm like, damn, she's pulling out one like every couple days, a new position.
What do you mean? She's doing like,
she'll go
Karma Sutra positions?
No, like a sex position. Like she'll be like, have you ever tried this one? And then she goes and she'll like get into like a sexy like sex position.
And then that's Karma Sutra.
Oh.
That's what, yeah.
It has a name like that?
Karma
I didn't know
Sutra.
that.
Yeah, because you get like the book of the book Karma Sutra book and it has all the different positions.
Yes. Okay. Why? I always think of Karma Sutra as being like oils, like body oils. I don't know why. Yeah. Like I feel like I can see the branding of Karma Sutra in my mind as like red and black and like oils whenever it comes up.
I could see that actually, but no, it's sex positions.
Oh my God. Maybe that's where she's getting them from. But anyways, regardless, she's so friggin' cute. And I just love that she also, like every couple performances will like open up her towel at the beginning of the show and it's like a new bodysuit, or then she has new writing on her tights. Like she's constantly throwing in new elements and she's so funny. I am like, I want to be Sabrina Carpenter.
Now, what I wonder is, I need a chronic pain or chronic health Karma Sutra book.
Oh my God. Oh my God. This could be a coffee table book though. For real.
You gotta get my armrest to hold on to.
Tie my legs up here, but put pillows under my back. Yes. And I can maybe do it. Yeah. Oh my God. We're on to something.
It's like, okay, just get in there.
Oh my God. Stop. Could we also do like a lazy girl Karma Sutra book?
Yeah. Well,
right?
I need that,
like different ways to starfish.
Yeah.
Like we'll just call it the Pillow Princess Karma Sutra.
That's what I need.
Yes. I'm broken Karma Sutra.
Yes. Mentally and physically.
Too old for the shit Karma Sutra.
Yes.
Oh my God, I love it.
Granny Karma Sutra.
My brain is turning. Like we should do this.
Exactly.
Okay. Low light though is, and I'm fucking so sick of it, is everybody going online and being like, this person has blonde blindness. This person has there's this whole blindness thing. So like the one that I saw this morning was like, Khloe Kardashian had blonde blindness. And then it shows like these like not so great photos of Khloe, right? Like she's not like even fully like dressed up, whatever. And then it'll be like, but this is her as a brunette. And then it's just like all the bomb photos. And I'm like, why is everybody like doing this? And why is it especially happening to blondes? I feel like there's like this weird thing online right now where everybody just wants everyone to dye their hair brown.
No, this is an attack on blondes.
I honestly feel it though. Like it's constantly blonde blindness. And then I'm like, it was so bad. I was like, do I have blonde blindness?
No.
Like I sent a picture to my agent with like brunette hair and she was like, girl, no.
No, it's just an attack on our people, on our culture.
Yes.
And it really shouldn't be tolerated. And I'm glad here on the Blonde Highlights podcast, we can take a stand and we can stand up for, the people with a little bit of blonderexia.
Yes.
Yes. This is a safe space for those people.
This is safe space, guys. Like, it's fine. What's your highlight?
So my highlight is these French hair combs that I've discovered.
Oh my God.
Okay. And they are one of the best things that I've discovered, but also I was having a meltdown in the car because I couldn't get it to work. Okay.
Tried to ignore it.
Sorry, I was running late and it just wasn't working. And someone couldn't give in the way. And I was just like, I was like
God.
making a little noise, being like a crazy person in the car trying to get it because it was hard just in the rearview mirror. But anyways, so I'm going to turn to the side.
Yeah, turn to the side. It's so cute.
It's basically like two like French combs and they're attached by a bunch of elastics. So you can like tighten in the sides with the combs really tight. So it snatches up that face a little bit, but then it creates volume on top when it pushes the back up some. And then it has those elastics going around. So then you can twist your hair and put it up through the elastics and do little cute little updos with them. And it is like the cutest, coolest little hairstyle. And basically I saw this woman on TikTok doing live demonstrations and she was like on the streets of Paris doing it. And I just feel like the most like chicest Parisian, just cute little flawless hairstyle.
It's so cute because it definitely gives you like a facelift and then like a hair lift. It's like really, because it gives you that added volume.
Yeah.
But the way that you're describing it kind of, I don't mean this rudely, but sounds like a bit complicated, but it's not complicated because I've been seeing you do it.
Yeah, there is a little bit of complication to it, but it is simple. Anyone could do it for sure.
It took like 2 seconds other than today in the car when she was like full on having a meltdown and I'm just like on my phone and she's like tugging her hair. I'm like, she's going to rip that shit out. But I'm just turning a blind eye right now. I pretended to see nothing. Whatever. I was like... That's what friends do sometimes. They just turn a blind eye.
Yeah, I'm glad because I did need you to turn a blind eye there. I was like, well, I'm just acting a little tense.
She had a moment. It's fine.
But my low light is just that you're leaving town and we had so much fun when you were here. We did our first guest episodes, which was so fun. Just like So I'm sad you're leaving, and all the fun has to come to an end. I'm just kidding. It's not coming to an end. It's not like you'll be calling me every day this week, probably.
I know.
But
I just feel like it's been so good. Like we've spent so I've been here for 3 weeks. I spent the first consecutive week, like literally by your side. Then we had a week off when I went somewhere else. And then I came back, and it's just like we have had basically 2 full weeks of just like slumber parties, dying laughing, just the most. Like even just like outside of all the work that we have been doing and the meetings and this and that, it's like we have just been having, you're right, like the best time.
Yeah.
It has been like the ultimate slumber party. So I think that we should finish our episode on like an ultimate slumber party high.
Yeah.
And this is something that we've been doing for our guests, cute or creepy, but I think that we should do around for us.
Okay.
Just because we've been having so much fun.
Yes.
So basically, we're going to ask each other a speed round of questions, and we either say if it's cute or creepy. And we can just like say cute or creepy, or we can also discuss it, which I feel like it does get discussed. So
yeah, we were like incapable. We were even with the guests. We're like, we're just gonna like real quick speed round,
and it's like the longest part of the thing. The longest part of the episode is our fucking speed round.
So you want to go first?
I think we should go back and forth.
Go back and forth.
Yeah. Okay. I'll start.
Okay.
Cute or creepy, or creepy or cute? Me taking over your bed when I stay here because I only sleep in her bed.
Cute.
Okay.
But also, I just like, I'm okay with the couch. Actually, what's crazy is the couch it's comfortable.
Yeah.
Because I take out the back cushions and whatever. And I'm a little bit shorter than you, and so it kind of just fits a little better. But
yeah,
it was cute.
It was cute. I love
okay.
your bed.
Yeah.
It's the best. Okay.
Yes. Cats and bats.
Oh my God, cats and bats. Okay, so cats and bats at Trader Joe's, I am obsessed with. We ate so many. They are sour gummies. They come in 3 different flavors, but they're all shaped cats and bats. And last night, we went to Trader Joe's, and I was like searching, even in the wrong sections. Kyle's like, where are you? Like, what are you doing? I'm like, I'm looking for the cats and bats. And she's like, no, they're in this section. And we went like searching for them, but they're gone. They're done.
We should go check after this.
100%.
To see, just for your final night,
Yeah.
to see if they got them there.
Creepy or cute? Lettuce on a sandwich or nachos?
Okay. I want to say creepy, but like I want to actually say disturbing. I want to say foul, disgusting. I want to say vile.
Okay.
They're 2 textures that just, you can't mix those textures.
I love it though. We've discovered this like wedge between us.
Yeah.
Is like whenever we want to like share food or get something, I always want like lettuce on my sandwich or shredded lettuce on my nachos. And she's like, I'm not having this.
No, I will eat a salad. I'll do whatever. And I feel like we're both kind of like, we're both a little indecisive. We're always both a little like overly cautious over what each other wants or
I
whatever.
know.
We're just like, no, what about this?
Yeah,
Or
do you want to
what
try
is
this? Yeah.
And it's just like this game that we play back and forth. But she said, should we put lettuce on the nachos? And I was like, no.
Yes.
Absolutely not. I draw the line here. That's disgusting.
I know. No compromise.
Year-round Christmas trees.
Okay. Cute.
Isn't it?
It is cute. Kyle has one.
Yeah.
You've seen in the background of when we film online. It is cute.
Do you remember the other night we were cracking up laughing because we were like, we had to do a Christmas episode, and she was saying something about like, because we're shooting here in the studio. She was like, oh, well, I was like, we could bring the tree in. I was like, can you imagine the freaking dust going all over the studio?
Oh my God, we were dying thinking of us like, because I see it on TikTok too, where they're like, if you want to have a lazy girl Christmas tree, it's like saran wrap it at the end of the year and then like just set it up and unwrap it. So we were dying picturing us saran wrapping this fucking Christmas tree, carrying it up the stairs into the studio. The dusty balls falling off.
And that's the problem with a year-round Christmas tree is the dust settling.
But it's cute.
It's cute.
I'm for it.
Okay.
Creepy or cute? Guys who wear turtlenecks.
It depends on the length of their neck, but I want to say cute.
Cute. Okay.
Yeah, it's cute.
Okay, it is cute. I think it's cute.
I do too.
I do. I
Yeah.
think it's cute.
Creepy or cute? TikTok jewelry sales.
Stop. Okay, stop. My favorite. Yes. Cute, but also really creepy because like the whole culture of it is actually really creepy. And I want to do a documentary because it's really messed up, but I can't look away.
She's talking about like the lives where it's like,
it's the fizzing parties, bomb party. And they have their little jewelry and like these little, like almost like a bath bomb. And they do live ordering and then live reveals. And all the girls, I can tell, are trained to speak the same way. That's all my feed is now. It fascinates me. Guys who whistle.
Honestly, cute because I cannot whistle at all. And I feel like it's a good survival tool. I'm like, they must be good at like cutting lumber. Like they can
whistle.
If they can whistle, they can probably use an axe and like chop up wood. But I guess they could also chop me up. So,
I mean, I think it's so annoying. I cannot stand it.
Now, what kind of whistling? Is this like catcalling whistling? Or is this like someone that can actually do it like as a skill, or someone who just like whistles around the room?
Whistles around the room.
No,
like,
that's
shut
annoying.
The fuck
that's
up.
creepy and
I
weird.
hate it.
But I think it's cute if you have that skill in case of a survival
situation. If you can do like
situation.
that calling whistle.
Yeah.
Like the something like that, but like really loud, or when you put your like, my father-in-law can do it. He can like put his hand in his mouth and do the whole whistle thing. I don't know what it is.
I know, I can never do it.
But I can't stand the whistling around, like the whole no. Like don't come into the same room as me whistling like you're having a good day. It's the ick.
No, it sounds like a serial killer vibe. Okay, me in the morning.
Oh my God. Creepy. She's scary.
She's a little morning gremlin.
She's a fucking gremlin. It's to the point right now. Where like if I'm up first or whatever, I know not to try to wake her up. And then all of a sudden she's up and I just give my little good morning just to test the waters. If she says good morning back, I'm like, okay, we're going to have a good morning. If she's just like morning, I'm like, okay, I will shut the fuck up until she starts talking, until she talks to me.
But also I'm like, I wake up and I'm like, oh, another day.
Yeah.
And she's like, good morning. And I'm like, shut up. But I don't. But I'm like, good morning.
I'm always so annoying. Good morning. Okay, last one. Grocery store sushi.
Cute most of the time. Of the time. It's cute because it's affordable. It's a nice hot fresh meal.
Hot fresh meal.
It's not hot, but, but this is something that she said something one day about like a fresh hot meal, and I just say everything about food. I just say a fresh hot meal.
You know what? Speaking of hot fresh meals, you know what I'm really pissed off about? We didn't go back and do. I just thought of this right now as we close. We were at Ralph's. Is it Ralph's the other day?
Yeah. And
they had like 7 potato salads. And we were supposed to go back and do I wanted to do a potato salad flight.
It was Pavilions.
Let's
go right now.
I need to go on a
We're going to go on a loop.
Yeah.
By the way, I'm just teasing you about the morning thing, with the good morning, because it's like cute. But I just want to like clarify that, because then I sound like the morning gremlins made it here to the podcast. I gotta cover my tracks.
Yeah, she's like, yeah, Kyle's really mean to me.
But
like,
yeah. So we'll go to Pavilions. We'll get your potato salad flight. We're just gonna get a bunch of potato salads, and then we'll swing by, get some cats and bats. Hopefully,
and then have our last slumber party, because that's it. That's the part of the point in my life that I am at. I don't do wine flights anymore.
No,
I'll be fucking wasted.
She's getting that potato salad.
I'm doing a potato salad flight. Oh my God. Well, on that note, we are out of here. Thanks for listening. We will link our socials for you. Don't forget to check us out on there, and we'll see you next week.
Bye.